Hello students, welcome to Biology Corner. Today we will discuss the nutrition in the plant, how the plant obtain carbon dioxide and what is the meaning of stomata and what is the structure of stomata, what are the different function of the stomata and what is the mechanism of opening and the closing of stomata. So let's start. Our first point is nutrition in the plant. Our first point is nutrition in the plant. So before going to the topic, we know very well what is nutrition. Nutrition is the basic life process. I have already taught you in your previous class. So nutrition is the basic life process in which intake of the food and utilization of the energy from the food we called nutrition. So nutrition means intake of the food and intake of the what? Intake of the food and utilization of the energy. Utilization of the energy. Okay, this is nutrition. So nutrition in the plant means in the plant means how the plant obtain their food. Okay, so we know all living organisms need or require energy to perform the various activities. Similarly, the green plant also require energy to perform the various activities, and the green plant is autotrophic in nature. The green plant is autotrophic in nature as they make or prepare or synthesize their own food by using simple inorganic material, that is carbon dioxide and water. Okay, by using what? By using sunlight. By using sunlight and in presence of chlorophyll pigment. In presence of chlorophyll pigment. Okay. So what is chlorophyll pigment and where the chlorophyll pigments are present? The chlorophyll pigment are the green pigment which are present in the green colored cell organelle. They are present in the green colored cell organelle or cell bodies. Okay, that is chloroplast. Okay. So students, so green pigment, the chlorophyll pigment is present in the green color cell organelle, that is known as the chloroplast. Okay. So due to the presence of chlorophyll, plant able to make their own food and the whole process takes place inside the leaf. Okay. Then scientist Robert Hill in 1937 experimented that when 6 molecule of carbon dioxide is combined with 12 molecule of water, okay, in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, it gives rise to 1 molecule of glucose, which is a simple sugar, okay, and 6 molecule of water with 6 molecule of oxygen. Okay, here the oxygen is produced and released into the atmosphere as oxygen is the life supporting gas. During the process of photosynthesis, which gas is released into the air? The oxygen gas is released into the air as oxygen is the life supporting gas. Without oxygen we cannot exist. We need oxygen for our breathing. Okay, so during the process of photosynthesis, the oxygen gas is released into the atmosphere and we need oxygen as it is a life supporting gas. Okay. In exam, the question that write the photosynthetic equation, you have to write this equation: 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. This is the photosynthetic equation. Okay, this is the photosynthetic equation. So we have covered the nutrition in the plant and how the plant obtain carbon dioxide later we will discuss. Okay, so this is the photosynthetic equation, and we have covered nutrition. What is the meaning of nutrition? Then autotrophic nutrition. Plants are autotrophic in nature as they prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide and water, by using sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll pigment or the green pigment. The chlorophyll pigment present in the green colored cell organelle, that is the chloroplast. Okay, and during the process of photosynthesis the oxygen gas is released, and this is the photosynthetic equation. Next point, that is how the plant obtain carbon dioxide. How the plant obtain carbon dioxide? During the process of photosynthesis, green plant require what? Green plant require carbon dioxide. So how carbon dioxide enters into the leaf? The carbon dioxide enters into the leaf with the help of tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaf. Tiny pores or the small tiny pores or the microscopic what? Microscopic units, okay, which are present on the surface of the leaf. On the surface of the leaves is known as what? Is known as stomata. So carbon dioxide enters into the leaf with the help of tiny pores or the microscopic units which are present on the surface of the leaves is known as stomata. Okay, so due to the presence of stomata, carbon dioxide enters on the surface of the leaf. Okay, then how water enters into the leaves? Okay, so how water enters into the leaves? The water present on the water present under the soil. So the water enters into the leaves. The water enters into the leaves from the soil. From the soil with the help of what? With the help of stem and roots. Okay, so the two basic raw material, that is the carbon dioxide and water. First, carbon dioxide enters from the atmosphere to the leaves due to the presence of tiny pores or the microscopic units present on the surface of the leaves known as stomata. So due to the presence of stomata on the surface of the leaf, carbon dioxide enters from the surrounding, from the air. Then water enters into the leaves from the soil with the help of what? With the help of stem and the root. Okay students, so the sunlight energy absorbed, the sunlight energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll pigment or the green pigment. Okay, the sunlight energy absorbed by the green pigment due to the presence of green pigment. That means the chlorophyll pigment trap or absorb the solar energy, and this solar energy provides to perform or to carry out various activities during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so we have covered the nutrition in the plants and how the plant obtain carbon dioxide. We know how the plant obtain carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide obtained from the plant. How? Carbon dioxide enters into the leaves with the help of tiny pores known as stomata. Then water enters into the leaves from the soil with the help of stem and the leaves. Glucose is prepared. In the process of photosynthesis, the simple sugar, that is the glucose is prepared or is prepared. Okay, and the extra glucose is stored in the form of starch, which is a complex sugar. Starch is a complex sugar. Okay, so during the process of photosynthesis, simple sugar, glucose is produced or prepared, and the extra glucose which is stored in the form of what? Stored in the form of starch, which is a complex sugar. Okay, That means during the process of photosynthesis, the sunlight energy, the light energy is converted into the chemical energy. Okay. So during the process of photosynthesis, the sunlight energy or the solar energy is converted into the chemical energy. Okay. Let's discuss what are the different steps during the photosynthesis. That means during the photosynthesis, 3 steps involved in the photosynthesis. So let's discuss what are the 3 steps. The 3 steps involved in the process of photosynthesis. First is absorption of what? Absorption of the light energy or the sunlight energy. Okay, sunlight energy by chlorophyll pigment, by chlorophyll. Then second one is very important. We know the conversion of which energy to which energy? The conversion of light energy to chemical energy. Conversion of light energy to chemical energy. Okay, conversion of the light energy to chemical energy. And here another step is there, splitting of water molecule, splitting of water molecule by light energy. Okay, splitting of water molecule by light energy, which is commonly known as the photolysis of water. In higher class you will study better. So conversion of the light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecule by the light energy, which is known as the photolysis of water, which is known as the photolysis of water or splitting of water. So what is photolysis of water? That is the water molecule splits into splitting of water molecule by light energy, that is the photolysis of water, into what? Into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, into hydrogen and oxygen. Here the water molecule splitting of the water molecule splits into hydrogen, then electron and oxygen. Okay, this is the splitting of water molecule or the photolysis of water. So the 3 steps are absorption of the light energy by the chlorophyll pigment, as the chlorophyll pigment trap the light energy or the solar energy or absorb the solar energy. Second step is conversion of the light energy into the chemical energy by splitting the water molecule. Okay, by the light energy. It is photolysis of the water. This is the photolysis of water or splitting of water molecule. The water molecule splits into hydrogen, oxygen and electrons. Okay, this is the photolysis of water. The third step is what? Reduction. The third step is reduction of carbon dioxide. Okay, to form carbohydrate, that is the simple sugar, glucose. Okay, the simple sugar, glucose. The simple sugar, glucose. By using what? By using chemical energy. By using chemical energy. These are the 3 following steps which are involved during what? During photosynthesis. Okay. So these 3 steps are involved during the photosynthesis. First is absorption of the light energy. This is the first step, absorption of the light energy by chlorophyll, conversion of the light energy into the chemical energy, splitting of water molecule, that is the photolysis of water, into hydrogen and oxygen, splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen, and here electron is also produced. Okay, third step is the main important because 3 steps are involved during the process of photosynthesis. This is a 3-mark question in your exam. In your board exam, this question will come. What are the 3 different steps which are involved in photosynthesis? Okay, now we'll study what is stomata. Briefly we'll study about stomata. What is stomata? or stoma is singular but stomata is plural. So what are stomata? What are the function of the stomata? What are the different structure of the stomata and the mechanism of opening and the closing of stomata? Okay. Stomata, first two types of leaves, broad-leaved plant, another one is narrow-leaved plant. Okay. In broad-leaved plant, okay, the broad-leaf plant, the stomata present in the lower surface. Okay, where the stomata are present, it is 1 mark short question. In the stomata present in the broad-leaved plant in the lower surface, that means in the lower surface the stomata are present in the broad-leaf plant. In the narrow-leaf plant, the stomata are present equally. The stomata are equally present or equally distributed on both the surface, on both lower and upper surface. Okay, but in broadleaf plant the stomata are present only the lower surface, but in the narrowleaf plant the stomata equally distributed both lower and upper surface, equally distributed. So we have completed what is the meaning of stomata. Stomata are the small tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. Okay, so stomata present in the broad-leaved plant in the lower surface. Okay, and narrow-leaf plant equally distributed on the both lower and upper surface. Okay, so stomata present both broadleaf and narrowleaf. Broadleaf on the lower surface, and in the narrow leaf it present on the both lower and upper surface. We will discuss the structure of the stomata. Okay, in stomata, okay, so first the structure of the stomata, this is stroma, or this is known as the stomatal pore. This is known as the stomatal pore. Okay, the stomatal pore is surrounded by two kidney shaped guard cell. Okay, the stomatal pore is surrounded by two kidney shaped guard cell. Okay, this is the two kidney shaped guard cell. Understood, student? So this is the guard cell. Okay, inside the guard cell, the vacuole is present. Okay, inside the guard cell the vacuole is present, and several numbers of chloroplast, which are green colored bodies. Okay, here also the vacuole is present, and several numbers of chloroplasts are present. Okay, so this is the vacuole and these are the chloroplast. Okay, similarly inside the guard cell the nucleus is present. Okay, this is the nucleus is present. Okay, students, and the guard cell is surrounded by number of subsidiary cell. The guard cell is surrounded by number of subsidiary cell, which are known as the epidermal cell. The guard cell is surrounded by number of subsidiary cell, which are known as the what? Which are known as the epidermal cell. Okay, so we have discussed what is the meaning of stomata. Stomata are the small tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaf. In the broad leaf, the stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf, and in the narrow leaf equally distributed on the both the surface. Then the stomata, in the middle the stomata has a stomatal pore. The stomata has a stomatal pore, and stomatal pore is surrounded by two kidney shaped guard cell. Two kidney shaped what? To kidney shape. These two are what? Guard cell. These two are guard cell. Okay, inside the guard cell the vacuole is present, the nucleus is present, several numbers of chloroplasts are present, and the guard cell is surrounded by several number of subsidiary cells which are known as the epidermal cell. This is the structure of stomata. Okay, then come to the what are the function of the stomata. This is a 2-mark question in your board exam. The question will come like this: what are the right 2 function of the stomata? Stomata mainly help the entry of the carbon dioxide inside the leaf. That means the carbon dioxide enters into the leaf with the help of stomata. This is the first function of the stomata. Second one is the gaseous exchange. The gaseous exchange which helps in the respiration. Okay, the second function is gaseous exchange. That means stomata helps in 2 functions. Stomata has 2 functions. Entry of the carbon dioxide with the help of stomata. Okay, second one is gaseous exchange. Opening of stomata means the first point is what? Intake of water. Okay, before going to the whole mechanism, let me tell you, the opening and the closing of stomata is mainly controlled by the guard cell. Okay, so the opening and the closing of stomata mainly controlled by the guard cell. How? Because the state of the guard cell is main important thing. So the opening and the closing of stomata mainly depend on the state of the guard cell, whether it is turgid, whether it is flaccid. That means the opening and the closing of stomata mainly depend on the state of the turgid and the flaccid condition of the guard cell. Okay, so the first opening of stomata, first point is intake of water. So intake of water means water enters into the guard cell. Okay, intake of water. Understood, students? Intake of water molecule. Okay, so intake of water molecule by the process of osmosis we have already studied in class 9. So first, intake of water molecule by the process of what? Osmosis into the guard cell. Okay, then second point is what? After intake of water, then the guard cell swells. The guard cells swell, or swelling of guard cell takes place. Then the guard cell, see the diagram. In the guard cell, like the stomata pore curved due to the entry of the water molecule inside the guard cell. The stomata pore curved. Okay, stomatal pore curved. That means in the closing of stomata, the curved stomata becomes straight. In the opening of stomata, the pore become curved, but in the closing of stomata, it becomes straight. Okay, so intake of water molecule by the process of osmosis into the guard cell. After entry of water molecule, the guard cell swelling of guard cell takes place, or swelling takes place. After that, the stomatal pore curved. Okay, after that stomatal pore curved. Now it become turgid. Okay, then opening of stomata takes place. This is the whole mechanism of stomata. Okay, so in the opening of stomata, first the intake of water molecule, entry of the water molecule by the process of osmosis. Then after that, the guard cell swells. Then stomata pore become curved. Then it become turgid. Finally, the opening of stomata takes place. It is just opposite in closing of stomata. In closing of stomata, what happened? In closing of stomata, what happened? Loose of the guard cell, lose water molecules. That is the closing of stomata. The guard cell lose water molecules, and it become here intake is water molecule the guard cell lose water molecule. After that the guard cell here shrink. Here the shrinkage of guard cell takes place and the stomata become here straight. Okay, here straight and it become flaccid. Okay, and finally closing of stomata. Okay. Now we compare. In the opening of stomata, intake of water molecule by osmosis, but in the closing of stomata, the water molecule lost. Second, in the opening of stomata, guard cells swell, but in the closing of stomata, the guard cells shrink. That is, the shrinkage of stomata takes place. In the opening of stomata, the stomatal pore become curved. Okay, it become curved. But in the closing of stomata, the stomatal pore become straight. Okay, and in the opening of stomata, it become turgid, whereas in the closing of stomata, it become flaccid. Finally, after the turgid state, the stomata open. After the flaccid state, the stomata close. Okay. So this is the mechanism of opening and the closing of stomata. Today this much. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter, ask me in your comment box. I hope you all like it and thank you.